Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic Easter. I hope you're not full of cold like me, turning up with a raspy voice. Although I've heard myself back on another video, I don't think the microphone picks up how bad it really is. But I've got laryngitis, so I really need to give my voice a break, so I won't be too long. But I would like to show you a few things what I've been doing this week. Although I have had a week off showing you projects because I'm doing the same thing, I'm making more raised beds. But on Monday, while I was doing that, Mr. TCD cleared the majority of the brambles at the back of this lake. And look at the difference. He's exposed this bridge that we knew about, but I thought it'd be completely rotten. I didn't realise that there'd be steel there as well. I didn't go on it, and there's a lot of wood that has completely gone, but there's not really much budging. But you might be wondering, why is there a bridge here? Because I'm stood on land. It's pointless, it's not going anywhere. Well, when we thought about buying this place and saw the plans, there used to be an island, probably there, and this wasn't here. But what we've heard from the previous owner's friends is the story of the previous owners had buried their favourite pony around somewhere here. So I think it's actually on this bit. And that leads us to wonder, do we want to dig this out, discover pony bones, and put it back to how it was? Because I think this is screaming for a restoration. And from day one, I've always wanted to sort this out. I didn't realise this would be like this. We've treaded very carefully because we didn't know where the lake stopped and started. But we've always gone over that end where the summer house is. But what a view this could be. It's got so much potential. Also, the brambles, we had 20-ton bags full of bramble cuttings, and it's now to ash. So yeah, thankfully we've got those sacks back and we can fill them with more brambles because we've got loads to clear. Also, the pile of brambles that were over here has gone down significantly as well. It's been a great place to sit and enjoy the sunshine. And on that same Monday, Mr. TCD also hired a helper to help him remove a tree that had gone over the drain, which is our responsibility to clear. And that happened at the same time we had a storm, and it just took this tree down. Those look quite precarious there. I'm not too concerned about this because it's on our land, but when he did that, there were two of them with two chainsaws, and it took them about a couple of hours tops, and that probably would have taken us a week between us trying to do it very carefully. So I will be coming back with a chainsaw eventually to chop this up because it would be great as firewood, but it does need to be seasoned. Anyway, let me show you what I've been doing this week over at our kitchen garden. But before we get there, we've been talking a lot this week about putting a compost heap pile storage area about here next to this fence, which is getting closer to the kitchen garden, and it's still close proximity to any hedges and stuff that needs trimming because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be removed. I mean, just randomly, that thing there, I don't know what it is, next to an old duck house, that needs to go. And just by clearing the area next to the lake, the place looks so much bigger than we thought it would. You can see so much more. And to build it, I'm thinking about going down the route of thin, small H steel kind of posts, lightweight ones, not concrete posts. And then boards that can slot in, maybe composite. That's the idea. If you want to convince me otherwise, do it now before I buy the stuff. But the other idea was to reuse some of that corrugated metal and fence posts. That might be the case when it comes down to funds. I don't know yet, but I just thought composite, I've seen it done very tidily. It looked neat. And yeah, it's very lightweight to do. Speaking of funds, let's go this way and I'll tell you a little story. Now, on the day that we collected the keys for this place around last September, that was the same day that we dropped off our narrowboat to a brokerage to sell because we'd moved straight on there. We'd been living on that for over a year and looking for this. This was our third attempt of trying to buy a house. Luckily, it worked out in the end. So the next morning, the very first day we were here, we were exploring the land a bit more and we discovered another boat, and by that point we owned 2 boats. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you in a roundabout way is that we've now officially sold our narrowboat, and that was sometime this week. So now we are the owner of just the one boat. Hopefully we'll get to see what that's like eventually, see if it's seaworthy, and we won't be boatless. And that means we don't have a big chunk of our money tied up in this steel boat, and now we can consider major spends like solar panels on the roof of our house, maybe go down ground source heat pump and things. We want to try and stay all electric anyway. Obviously the idea is to try and keep down our monthly bills and maybe buy a tractor. We can start thinking seriously about stuff. So yesterday I went to a local renewables company asking about a quote for solar, so they'll be coming to visit the place next Tuesday. And randomly it came up in conversation. I was building hoop housing in the garden using pipes, and they offered me a load of speed fit pipes that they couldn't use because it wasn't long enough for what they needed. So I've got a load of 15mm speed fit pipe that I could use in my house or on some more raised beds. So I think I'm going to put them on my beds really. I've also got some sleepers, well they're not full-size sleepers, but those I'll be turning into more beds. I got that from my dad's wood yard last week. And other things that I've been doing off camera, because it's more or less the same thing, I didn't want to bore you. I've been making smaller beds with the offcuts that I had left. Now these aren't as tall as the others because I wanted more beds. I have a lot of seedlings to grow. And we're planning to put those beds along this fence line here because it keeps them all together. It'll get loads of sun. We may have to put lots of plastic sheeting down here though, because this was an area terrible for brambles. And then we're thinking about putting our very big greenhouse here as well, because we certainly don't have enough space for all the tomato seedlings and stuff that I've got. And I've got cucumbers hopefully coming as well. And all of those ton bags will soon be full of all of this bramble mess. I mean, look, there's still lots of digging to do. It'll take us a long time, or we get a digger or a tractor. So there's a lot more blue pipe on here compared to when you saw it last week. Every one of these is going to have something over the top of it. But I won't be using this same clear plastic, which was a lot thinner than I expected. You don't know until you open the packet. But the very first one that I tried to get on there, I found a little slice on it. Well, I managed to get a purpose for that. And I've used them as propagating lids over my bath beds. So yes, these probably will not last forever. I have screwed them down or used cabin hooks, but it's keeping them really toasty in there. And once I've done with these, I may have to put some more plastic over them, but I plan to use them over some of the existing cast iron baths that we just can't move. So hopefully I can grow some stuff in there sporadically because they are dotted around the land. But this one that's only got 5 centimetres of gravel and then loads of soil above, I've got carrots in those, beetroot trying to grow in here, and spring onions in there. I know really I should have put it the other way around because spring onions can deter carrot fly, but a lot of you said that because this is more than 18 inches tall, I should be okay. It's only been a few days. I'm dying to see life in there. But yeah, it's very warm. Now thank you to the person who suggested not to put courgettes in the clear plastic one. I've decided to just use this for lettuce. I'm hoping they grow because I'm on my 3rd attempt now. I have been using really old seeds to try and save money. It's not worked. And this one, I'm going to have the clear tarpaulin with a string woven in it. That I want for lettuce because I eat a lot of lettuce and it costs me a fortune. Food bills are crazy right now. I don't eat that many broccolis and cauliflowers because they're about £1 each. But I am growing them because I do love them, and they'll be going in these 3 here. But instead of the clear plastic, I've ordered some mesh insect netting from Premier Netting. A viewer kindly emailed me and recommended me that company. They've sent me some samples and I'm very happy. So all of these are going to have the ultra fine ones to stop any aphids going in. But for the smaller ones over here, I've gone for the fine, not the ultra fine. I think it's about 50p cheaper a metre. And I think for any more beds that I do, I'm probably just going to have to see how I get on putting them out there, maybe some no-dig areas on the paddock land, because this is going to cost us a fortune. And the reason we're having to do this, if you are new here, we get badgers, deers and foxes here every night and a lot of birds. We may even have rabbits, very likely. I've not seen any yet, or any droppings. So I'm having to take lots of precautions for my first year of setup to see how things go. Another thing that you recommended, and I didn't actually have time to do it last week, I was going to put a chain on here anyway, just to keep it open. I've put one on there and one on the other end. So when I open it, it can stay open. But I've also put a cabin hook. Because this feels quite heavy, I don't think I really need this, but you know, I am wrong sometimes, so we'll see how things go. Oh, and can you see this little white tape here? I've had to tape up a little scuff because I accidentally knocked it with my wheelbarrow the other day. I wasn't happy about that, but I do expect this to go over the next few months. But we had a storm, a really bad storm last night, and it's all intact. So touch wood, it'll be fine for a while. So let me show you opening it. By the way, when I did put this handle on, I realised at the time I should have it at one of the ends, because when I tried to push it open, I couldn't reach that far, and I can be more gentle from this end. So with the others, I'll probably put it towards here. But let me show you the chains working. It's so toasty in here. And the reason I like this is, yeah, I can just tamper down on the soil. Look what's been having a sauna treatment today. It's that unboxing that I told you about. You know what? This has actually been by my front door, inside of course, for about 2 weeks. I've been trying to find the right time to open it on video. I've just been so busy because we've had things to do, projects to finish in time. But I thought I'd like to take the opportunity to open it with you. So let's go into the greenhouse where it's a lot warmer and not as windy. Shall I show you? Oh, foam over the top of it. Oh, do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or your 1000th subscriber? Chances are you do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. I wish I knew who it was. We're proud to honour your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with a Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many stories to share with your community. We certainly do. And we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. Hence, I've turned up with a nasty cold. So keep creating, keep building. Yes, I'll keep building. I wonder if they change it to keep cooking for anyone who cooks. And who knows, when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000 subscriber? Yours sincerely, Neil. Can't say your surname. Right, I'm going to take this sheet off. Come and get a little bit closer. Ooh, presented to the carpenter's daughter for passing 100,000 subscribers. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I think I'd seen something red. But yeah, there's a little mirror there. It's heavier than I thought it would be. Let's open it. Oh, well, I've got something else I have to polish now. Oh, it's got little hooks on the back. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to hang that. So thank you so much for joining me on my DIY journey. I absolutely love what I do, but I have thought about this recently. I think it would be more boring without you along the way, and all your encouragement and your advice and tips and tricks that I haven't discovered yet because I'm still learning. So yeah, thank you so much. I just need to find a place where to put it. Anyway, I'm really sorry that I didn't build anything for you. I didn't want to show you the same thing over and over again, but it sounds like I needed to have the break anyway. Doing a voiceover like this, I think would be very uncomfortable, and I keep having to have a sip of water. Hopefully, I'll be back to normal next week. And yeah, if you've got any tips and tricks on any of the thing that you've seen today, then let me know, and let me know what you think about that lake and whether we should dig out the old filled area of it. And maybe we will discover some pony bones. I really don't know. Anyway, I best get cracking on finishing my raised beds, and hopefully you'll have a fantastic rest of your Easter break, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, and thanks for subscribing. Bye.